What a hectic few months we've had. It will be take 3 for Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana when he presents the budget again on the 21st of May. This is because he withdrew the second budget he presented in March, which included a proposal to increase VAT by 0.5 percentage point. The fiscal framework was passed in April by parties that were at the same time insisting that they were against the VAT increase. What dealt it a death blow, however, was the case brought by the DA and the EFF in the Western Cape High Court. Godongwana has acknowledged that the budget process needs to be reformed to allow more consultation, especially with parties in the GNU. In this episode, I look at further inputs on this subject by the ANC and the EFF. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into it. The ongoing saga of the government's inability to pass the budget is so far the clearest example of how the carpet has been pulled from under the ANC's feet. All signs are that the party has now come to accept that it can no longer operate as if it's still 2019. Godongwana admitted as much during his media conference earlier in the week.
We have learned some lessons, I think all of us. Once the budget is passed by Parliament finally, we intend developing a new process which takes into account the current environment. And that process, what consultation machinery we need to take in place and what process we need to take to develop. And that consultation in our mind has got to start in September, before the medium-term budget policy statement. Because the medium-term budget policy statement is a key milestone because it shapes the content of the February budget. So we'll be developing a process of consultation in this regard, particularly in the GNU.
ANC Secretary General Mbalula seems to have lost his sting, and his arrogant rhetoric of the past few weeks appears to be moderating. He was asked by some angry-sounding journalists why the ANC is not ditching the DA as a partner in the GNU.
You can bring anybody. Do you think Mashaba is going to stop that pala thing if he comes into the executive? He's not. Do you think Malema will stop his motion of no confidence if we bring him into the GNU? He's not. He could actually be the worst. He could be the one who can fast-track our demise, actually. He's too dangerous because so it's not straight. So when we deal with the DA, we deal with clear thing. Sidila nento sibonayo imigulukudu esijongileyo siyayibona ukuthi lento ifuna uyakuphi. Don't come to us. You know, Zuma used to say, when you come with me, Yandos, I come with me, Yandos. You know, that's what he used to say in Parliament. And dark and diving questions in Parliament, not answering them. I come with me, Yandos.
Mbalula went further and indicated that they would be meeting other partners to discuss conflict resolution mechanisms, among other things.
GNU, we're going to reset the pattern, and then we're going to have a meeting of the GNU, and then we're going to discuss how we want to work going forward. We've got a clearinghouse. We're sitting here, a minister is taken to court on a policy matter by a partner in the GNU, okay? There are many other things that we need to clarify in terms of this GNU. Have we finished the year as the GNU? No, we have not. Yeah, it means we are again. So that is why it feels like we've finished many years. We have not finished a year. So we need to look at that. Clearinghouse, Is it working? How do we deal with issues? It looks like when you are here, you need to condition your mind that all the time you must negotiate.
The problem Mbalula and Ramaphosa are sitting with is that despite his instructions for ANC members not to start campaigning for the 2027 party leadership positions, these have largely been ignored and people are already positioning themselves. This means that the current leadership is under constant pressure from those who use the GNU as a mobilizing point. While they realize that working with the DA is the most realistic chance they have of maintaining stability, they also feel obliged to point out that they are resisting its demands. Enter the prodigal son. Last year's elections have shown that Julius Malema's buck is bigger than his bite. Instead of growing, the EFF declined in the 2024 elections. One of the reasons for the decline is that he, like the ANC, were outsmarted by Jacob Zuma. Malema was sure that Zuma would mobilize for his party after they backed him in his fights against Cyril Ramaphosa and the government. By the time he realized that the old chap was forming his own party, it was too late. Zuma did not only steal his position as the third largest party, but rubbed his nose in it by poaching his best friend and confidant, Floyd Shivambu. Malema was dispersed for a few months following this event. But now it looks like his old self is back. The man has insisted that he will not join the GNU so long as the DA and the Freedom Front Plus are part of it.
We will not work with the DA, and we don't want to work with the DA, but the ANC must continue to push us away. We will not work with the DA, we will fold our arms where they need us the most. Because the ANC with the EFF is 49%. And then you get one where they can bring those Mapantiti of theirs, or they can bring Action SA. It's done. You have a coalition of three stable parties. Three. IFP's reactionary is going to go with the DA. It's just pretending now that they act bold because they are drunk with blue lights and all of that. But we know IFP is Oppenheimer owned.
But hear what he says in this very same breath.
This country will have a white president. This country will have Steinheisen as a president if the ANC is going to behave the way it's behaving. Because the motion of no confidence will come, will vote with the DA, mobilize all those who can mobilize, we vote together with the DA against the president. And then when it is time to elect a president, we abstain. And the ANC loses. We abstain. And this we told them in 2016, they never believed it. It's going to happen in South Africa now, you'll see. With this kind of attitude by the ANC, the arrogance of the ANC, even when it is being humbled, is still acting in an arrogant manner. We told them in 2016, you are going to lose metros. They thought we were playing. We went into those things. The DA nominated their people. We abstained. They finished them. When they were voting with us, the ANC, they win.
That thing where politicians speak to us like we are children who have not always been around reared its head again. Here's Malema making a bold claim.
I can tell you this without any fear of contradiction. All political parties in South Africa, except the EFF, are white controlled. The same goes to MK, by the way. Yeah, they are white controlled. So, once a motion is put and the Israelis call PA, let's go this way. They call ACDP this way. They call DA this way. Holomisa this way. Bosa, Musi Maimane this way. I mean, the biggest funder of Musi Maimane is that woman who used to own Hilton Hotel here in Santana. I forgot the name. So, all of them, they can just be told, we are all moving this way. And you can see those Mapantiti, they don't have any principle. And they don't pretend. They tell you, now we go where we're eating. If there is no eating, we are not going.
I may not be sure about other political parties or who controls them, but I know who Julius Malema owes for his party's very existence. And no, I didn't get it from his enemies.
Seated here, it's a man called Adriano Mazzotti. And more said, I'll ask them to stand up, because these are the two and part of their partners who have given us money on the day we were launching the EFF. When the IEC asked us to pay for money, me and Floyd had nothing. We looked at each other in the eyes and said, what is going to happen? At that time, they asked for 650,000, and we had no means, none whatsoever. Later to be told through a telephone call, Mazzotti has got a very unique voice. Brother, the money is paid. Then we knew that we were good to go. That is how the EFF was allowed to contest the first election in 2014.
Politicians need to keep themselves in the news to stay relevant. Otherwise, voters forget about them. I think Malema needs new strategies because these tried and tested ones are not working anymore. Hence his party's stagnation. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to share, like, and comment. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one.